All right, Shalom. First off, we've all praised to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity. So I'm just going to jump right into it. Read this article. It says, Trump travel ban cuts off North Korea and Venezuela as new 8-nation list revealed. It says Donald Trump has introduced a new sweeping travel ban that prohibits entry of citizens from North Korea and Venezuela, the White House announced on Sunday. So, I'm not going to read all of it. I just wanted to, introduce the article. I'm going to put the article in the link as well. But if you want to know, which, you brothers, Lord willing, are woke, you know what I'm saying, and been paying attention to the news, Venezuela is in a crisis. Venezuela is on the cusp of civil war. Well, shit, I mean, they pretty much are in civil war. They're in hyperinflation, you know. But with all the refugees fleeing from Venezuela, all the chaos, all the crookedness that's going on in their government, all the people are trying to flee from Venezuela. But it's a media blackout in America on what's going on in Venezuela. You hear, pray for France, or, pray for, it's a school shooting, pray for the fags, or it's like it's a gay club gets shot up, pray for the faggots, you know what I'm saying? But you don't never hear no pray for Venezuela or nothing like that. And, it's terrible down there. People eating pigeons. You got to take $10,000 just to buy breakfast. It's a real life, shit hit the fan situation down there. And now he had a travel ban from people from Venezuela to say that they can't come to the States. And it's also a lot of talk ratcheting up about the United States actually going to war with Venezuela. And if I can get some articles on that, I'm gonna pull them up too. But basically, Venezuela is a oil-rich country, and it would be real easy for the United States to jump stupid and it's like to jump stupid and go over and take over Venezuela. Why? Because of the oil. Same thing they did for same thing they did with Iraq and Iran, or not Iran, Iraq and Libya. Why not? Go take their oil. This one says Venezuela may be on the brink of civil war, and the U.S. for one should keep its nose out. Or it says it should keep its nose out. Why? Because the U.S. get their nose into everything. It says as the death toll from Venezuela's controversial election reaches at least 10, President Nicolas Maduro celebrated the vote as a revolution and mocked America's refusal to acknowledge Maduro. He's the one that a lot of people are actually blaming for what's going on in America, or actually responsible for a lot that's going on in Venezuela, and people don't like it, but he got voted back in. So a spokesman for Emperor Donald Trump said that they would not recognize the results of Venezuela's constituent assembly election. Maduro told a cheering crowd, "Why the hell should we care what Trump says? We care about what the sovereign people of Venezuela say." So, I mean, he's in a wars with them. So, I mean, dealing with Trump, that's why it's called a world war, because you got different theaters of war. Like the brother in London broke down the video, man, real edifying video about the different theories. You're going to have war in South America. You're going to have war in Africa. You're going to have war in the Middle East, war in Asia, war in Europe. It's a world war. And Trump is making it real easy for it to be a world war. He's talking shit to to North Korea, to Iran, to Russia, okay, to Venezuela, to different places in Africa. So man, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, this thing is gonna get popped off, and it's time for niggas to wake up, man. I don't know if um I don't get it. You know, these are the times that we in. You know, wars, famines, earthquakes in diverse places. Time for the next biggest thing, because once this financial crisis hits, like Venezuela's going through, that's how they're gonna put the pieces back together. But you know, with that being said, call all Yahweh Shem Shai, double honors to the apostles, honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring, and truth and sincerity, and the women and children follow.